Hello there, and welcome back to fourth grade writing. Today is Thursday, May 7th, 2020. This video is for those of you who who did not join us during class time. We did this with Nearpod, so there's some activities in here that you can go back and do later. I will give you the link so that you can do it on your own, but I'm going to go through the lesson so you can hear the explanations. All right, let me see. Let me move on. Here we go. All right, here's our learning objective for today. The student will be able to create, which means to make, sentences with compound subjects and predicates by editing a paragraph. Okay, it's a paragraph, but it's broken up into sentences, so it won't be as much as you think. So we've been looking at compound subjects and compound predicates. Now it's time to see if you can do it. Okay, so this is an activity that will be in the Nearpod live lesson where you're going to write down the two things that a sentence needs. And those two things would be a subject and a predicate, right? A complete sentence needs a subject and a predicate. The subject tells us who or what the sentence is about. So the example says Sarah plays. Sarah is the subject. That's who the sentence is about. Predicate is what the subject is doing. So Greg writes. Well, what does Greg do? He writes, so that's the predicate. Okay, this is an activity where you're going to fill in the blanks. You'll move the words into the blanks. Okay, so we're going to go ahead into making these two sentences, taking these two sentences, making them one sentence, and making a compound subject. Okay, so we have the fans cheered when the team won. The players cheered when the team won. Well, there is something that I noticed right off the bat. They both say cheered when the team won. And I know that's the action. So that is my predicate. I'm only going to write that once. I'm not going to say cheered when the team won and cheered when the team won. That doesn't make sense. So it's just going to become one thing. Cheered when the team won. I also notice, though, that there's actually two subjects there. You can see them in blue, the fans and the players. Okay, so I want to make this one sentence, and I want to make the subject compound, which means I want to take these two and I'm going to put them together. But I need to use one of my conjunctions. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Well, I'm listing things out, so and makes the most sense to me. So this sentence, to make it a compound subject, becomes the fans and players. See how I took those two subjects from the two sentences? I put them together. And now it's compound. The predicate stays the same, though. Cheered when the team won. That was in both those sentences, right? We see it there in white. Cheered when the team won. Cheered when the team won. I only need to write that one time, but I do need to take my two subjects and put them together with a conjunction. So now it is a compound subject. The fans and the players cheered when the team won. Okay, so now let's look at the predicate. Subject is who the sentence is about. Predicate is what the subject does. All right, so we've got Kina finished her project. Kina went to the science fair. Well, we should notice right away we have the same subject. So when we go to write this, we're not going to say Kina and Kina because she is one subject. So that's definitely going to be one Kina now. But I do see two predicates, okay? They are in yellow. She finished her project. That's one thing she did. And went to the science fair. That's two things that she did. Well, I want to make this one sentence, and I'm going to have a compound predicate. That means more than one predicate. I'm going to take those yellow pieces. I'm going to put them together with a conjunction. I'm going to connect them. So I have for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Well, again, I'm listing up things that she's doing. So I'm going to use and. So now my sentence becomes Kina, that's the subject. We just say her name once. Finished her project, predicate 1, and, that's our conjunction, went to the science fair. Predicate 2. So we have two or more, so that makes it a compound predicate. So Keena is the subject. What did Keena do? Finished her project and went to the science fair. Two. We've got two predicates. That makes it a compound predicate. Now, when you go to do the live version of this, you'll get to play the game, time to climb, put some work, put some practice behind it. And then after that, you're going to do your assignment, okay? So with the time to climb assignment, it will give you two sentences, and it's going to ask you, how do you rewrite those two sentences with either a compound subject or a compound predicate? You're going to pick from 4 answer choices, which one you think is correct. This with your assignment, it's going to be kind of similar, but kind of different. You're actually going to be given 2 sentences, and you're going to create. Yes, that's right. You're going to create a sentence. All right, so here we go. We go to class. Oh, somebody posted something. Here's our assignment right here, assignment 3. I'm going to click on it. Mine looks a little different than yours. Okay, it says click on the link below, fill in the form, click turn in when you're done. Your turn in button is usually right over here. Mine looks different because I'm not a student. Then it says, do not write in the comments. Don't write down here, I do not understand. And here's why. It's not because I don't want to help you. It's because when you write a comment on this page right here, I'm not going to see it. Okay? It doesn't send me an email and saying, oh, so-and-so put a comment. It doesn't tell me that. What I want you to do, if you have a problem or you need to ask me a question, let me discard that. You're going to come to the stream. Okay? Come to the main page and write me a note. Ms. Gonzalez, I need help. Okay? You post it. Then I'll respond. Once I see it, I'll respond and we can set up a time to talk, okay? But please do not write it on this page, okay? We're in week 5, assignment 3. All right, so assignment 3, I'm going to click on it. Here it is. You're going to fill in your name, first name, last name. Here's an anchor chart for our conjunctions to help you with that. Here's an anchor chart with complete sentences, right? It needs a subject and a predicate. Tells us that subject is whom or what the sentence is about. Predicate, what the action of the subject does, okay? Here's an example that I'm going to do right now so you understand how to do this. Example, rewrite the 2 sentences below to make a compound predicate. All right, so remember the predicate is the action. Compound means we're putting it together. So I have Mr. Fat loves to lay in the sun. Mr. Fat loves to lay on the couch. Okay, well, I know I'm going to start with Mr. Fat because the subject is the same for each sentence. Now I need to look at the predicate. Loves to lay in the sun, loves to lay on the couch. I'm going to put those 2 things together with a conjunction. Okay, well, I'm listing things out that he likes, so I'm going to say and. So Mr. Fat loves to lay in the sun and loves to lay on the couch. Okay, that's one way that I could rewrite the sentence. Another way would be to say, Mr. Fat loves to lay in the sun and on the couch. Whoops. Okay, it's still 2 things that he does. All right, so that's my example. Let's go ahead down here. It says rewrite the 2 sentences below to make a compound subject. All right, so now you're looking at the subject, okay? It says Mary learned to hunt for fossils. Her brother Joseph learned to hunt for fossils. Okay, so you're going to combine these 2 sentences, make them one sentence, but you need a compound subject. So 2 people that sentence is going to be about, and insert a conjunction. Number 2, rewrite the 2 sentences below to make a compound predicate. Okay, remember the predicate is the action. So this time we're not looking at who the sentence is about, we're looking at what they're doing. We're going to make one sentence and combine those 2 predicates with a conjunction. It says, They used the shovels to dig for fossils. They found where the wind or water uncovered the fossils. Okay? So look at the subjects for each sentence. They both say they, so that's where I would start my sentence. And then look at your predicates. Okay? What two things did they do, and what conjunction could you use to combine them? When you're done with that, you're going to click submit, and you're good to go. You can go back to class, and you'll notice that under week 5, you also have an opportunity to write a story. Okay, this is actually a link to Scholastic. It's pretty cool. This is something, writing a story you can do for fun. I'm not going to take a grade on it. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, here we go. So you get to pick a genre, adventure. You're going to write a story about an adventure, a fantasy, a sci-fi, or you can scramble it up. So I guess I'll do adventure. You type your name in. You click the grade, so 4 through 6, and then you spin the wheel. So the wheel spins, and it's going to tell you what you're going to write about. It says list 5 qualities of a graceful librarian who is a tightrope walker. So I'm going to write my story, an adventure story about a librarian. She's very graceful, and she walks on tight ropes. That's really weird. I click the next button. You can pick how you want to write it. Doesn't matter. I'm going to click notebook, and I'm going to click include a drawing because I like that idea. And oops, here we go. I need to go back. All right. So, whoa. Let me click here to type. Oh, okay. Write your story here. I just wasn't paying attention. So you type your story right in here. Okay. When you're done writing, you click done writing. You can click down here, and then it takes you to the next page. You draw a picture to go with your story. When you're all done, you click here, and it'll let you print it if you have a printer, or you can download it, save it to your computer, and upload it on our page if you want. You can send it to me. So that's that activity. The other activity you have is spelling words. Click on words with suffixes. You're going to be practicing those words in Spelling City. You can pick any game you want for that. If you need help, remember, go to stream, type it in right here. Type in that you need help, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Go ahead now. You can go ahead and you'll see a live link to, hold on one second, the Nearpod lesson. All right, so here's the lesson. Let me save it. It might take a minute, but I'm going to give you a link so you can go ahead. You can go through the whole lesson again, and you can do the activities on the lesson. That will help you get ready to do your final activity. Saving, it's saving, it's saving, it's saving. Hurry up. Okay, so, whoops. Hello. Okay, so I'm going to give you the link right here. I'm going to copy it and add it to right here, assignment 3. Okay, I'm going to edit it, and I'm going to add a link. So you'll click on the link if you want to do the live version of the assignment. If you have any questions, let me know. Bye.